What's three ways you're using AI to be more efficient in business and life?
Number one, I've been training all of my employees to learn how to become great prompt managers of AI, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to rely on their intelligence at all, right? So if I say, hey, I want a set of emails that's going to be sent out for the high level tour, and I need them to be intellectual that make people question reality, right? Then I need you to be able to go into ChatGPT and create a prompt that's going to get you the right set of replies so that you can then make that email. Decreases the time you're going to have to spend, right,
Mhm.
on creating that email, but also you now get to generate more ideas, which allow us to be more effective. Because I don't have to hire 10 more people. So now one person can do the job of 10 people or possibly 100 people, right? So in business, training people to use the AI is more important, right? So if we go through the different list of AI, say, okay, I need you to be efficient in this AI management, right? So I need you to manage this tool. And that's a more important way to manage employees right now, saying that, okay, who's efficient in AI? Because now I don't have to depend on your
Absolutely.
grades or your experiences, right? I need you, number one, to understand the culture of the business. And then number two, I need you to be efficient in these new technologies, right? If you can't do that, then I don't need you at all. I'll find somebody else, right? So for me, that has allowed me to put a certain standard on my employees to say we need certain efficiency, and if you don't know this, then you're outdated. You're the old
Yeah.
model
What
of
multiple are you expecting out of them as a result of using it?
efficiency and effectiveness. I need them to have greater output. I need what you could do when you say that. I can only do 10 emails a day. You should be able to say, you should be able to get 100 done, right?
Easily.
Then you should be able to figure out different marketing ways that you can add on to the business as well. Because they have AIs to where you can go in there and it can generate ideas for you. So you should come to me with ideas and say, yo, this is what we're missing. This is what allows us to be able to be a more complete and round business. So I don't want people that need to be told what to do because those are the jobs that are going to be replaced the fastest. I need people who can critically think, right? During this time right now, let's say if we getting scholars or responses for people that want to sponsor the episode, and I say a person say, "Well, I never put together that type of letter." I don't need that from you. I need you to go to AI and I need you to train yourself on how to get AI to put together this type of letter. What is the
Hmm.
format, right? And then have it sequence it. So now I feel like I can give orders that's beyond people's skill level as long as they can manage the AI to get the work done, right? So now the workforce gets to become whatever I need them to do versus okay, you do this specific task, you do this task. No, everybody's LeBron now.
Yep.
I don't have no bench players. Everybody's starters, everybody's the star, everybody does everybody's job. Right? That's how they do in the Marines and things of that nature when you have the top tier teams. In case one man falls down, the next person knows how to do the next person's job. So I don't take no for an answer no more because we got an AI. You understand me? And I think that that's a beautiful thing. At the same time, I do think that there's going to be a lot of issues that's going to arise with AI. There's a lot of great things going to arise with AI, and it's going to be a
Yeah.
conversation because it's the greatest shift in technology that human beings will ever
In
go through.
history. Yeah.
Keys,
Yeah.
you talked about, and we've had this conversation before, you and I, about prompt engineering. And
Hmm.
so I'm sure there's some people in the audience who are not really aware of what that is and how important it is. But for those who do know, I guess can you where would somebody refine that skill or learn that skill set, or where do they study to even become somebody who can do this? I mean, this is pretty one of the most important things to AI, right? Is that
Yeah.
language.
So right now, there's no one way to say who would be good at prompt engineering, right? There's a debate on this as we speak as far as who would be the greatest at this skill. What I believe, I think my interpretation of AI is it works better if you're already smart, right?
Hmm.
And so prompt engineering, prompting, period, is, typing in, one sentence or word and getting a response, one to two, three responses. That's traditionally what a prompt is. Prompt engineering is engineering and designing right, your speech or your inquiry in a way where AI can respond, correctly. So if I say, AI, listen, I need you to write me a movie script, right? AI is going to write a movie. It's going to ask you, okay, what kind of movie script? And you'll be like, okay, well, I want to write a scary movie that would be good, blockbuster hit right now in 2023 as we go through war times. Now, why would I add context about war times? Because maybe it has information about, the type of content that a person will want to watch during uncertain times, during war, right? But then I would take it further. So let's say you're a movie buff and you say, okay, well, I need you to assume. So now you're telling the AI to take on the characteristic. I need you to assume that you are Stephen King, right? And I want you to write a movie like Stephen King would make. So now it's going to get a completely different response than if you would have just told it to write a movie. So this is prompt engineering, right? Prompting it to get different responses until you get the correct one, right? And some people know how to go in there and automatically put the context of what they want the response to be the first time or second time versus somebody else that may be spending a whole day trying to get AI to get it right. And so good prompt engineers know how to go in there and get the right responses in a quicker and shorter amount of time, right? So like when I'm researching things, because of my mind is creative and I have maybe a little more data on certain subjects, I'm going to go in there and be like, okay, I need you to, write out, I don't know, let's say I like using emails, right? Because everybody do a lot of emails. So, or let's say a caption. I need you to write out a caption like Malcolm X, but I want you to do it. I want you to do it with the thinking of Malcolm X, but I want you to do it with the eloquency of Martin Luther King, right? And so therefore it's going to give me a different response. So the more data that you have on your own self, the more different contexts that you can put into the AI to respond in different ways. Then you can say, well, I need you to do it humorous, right? I need you to do it. Okay, give me two different responses. I like to get bullets and points from AI. I don't like when it does long form just going. So I would tell AI, give me the emotions of 2000. I did this before. Give me the emotional settings of each year from the 1900s to 2020. So first I establish a baseline of what it would give me, right? And then I'll go in there and I tweak it based on, it first gave me, these ones. And I said, well, context it based on what the people were going through during that time. Take in the financial market, take in, the social landscape of everything that was happening. And I need you to give me one word emotions. Right. And so now it's giving me that. Then I'll say further, because this is ChatGPT I'm talking about, right? So further, if it's in the same conversation, then ChatGPT is recording the conversation from the top to bottom. So it understands the context when you say something next, right? So you can tell it to, hey, I need you to assume that you are a stock expert this whole entire time while we talk. And as we start off the conversation, always say, peace, God. So in every response, from the first time that you told it to do that into the last string of inquiries, it will say, peace, God. Then it will respond like a stock expert. Then you can say, hey, teach me like a third grader. So if you go to a place and you're getting high level information, you don't have to ask people to simplify anymore. You can just take the notes and then feed it to ChatGPT and say, hey, I went to this seminar. I did not understand everything. Here are my notes. Can you break this down to me like a third grader? You can give it context on yourself. Hey, I only had 1 year of schooling. I'm from the South. I talk like this. This is what I do. So now ChatGPT is taking in all of these different contexts. And so it's going to customize that education for you. So this is the way I do. I make sure it's customized for me. I don't want general responses, right? And another thing you have to know, ChatGPT 4, I would say that's the best one, really the only one we should
Absolutely.
use.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, you're probably going to get 1 out of 4 responses could be wrong.
Yes,
So a lot of people can be confident wrong information because the AI sometimes gets creative, it gets confused, it kind of like drifts and just adds stuff. And it's like, what is this about? And so if a person not that smart, they might not know they're getting false information because the AI says it in such a confident manner. But it's a language programming, tool. So even as we speak, we pulling from language, thinking about the next thing to say. But AI has way more suite of information and language to pull from than the average person. So it can say things like it was correct, but that doesn't mean it actually was.
Yeah.
Right. So prompt engineering will be the number one skill set. Right. It is the number one skill set to learn, in my opinion, right, when it comes to the future of technology.
Yeah, I know we talked about it before, but if we can go back to the 90s and teach our kids coding, prompt generation is our era's version of coding.
Right.
For sure. Like if you don't have that down, you're going to miss out on a wave. And also too, for everyone who's employed, begin using this to get out 15x, 20x, 30x output in your job to be more efficient. There's some people who use to script write and automate some things at their jobs, but either you can be a part of the wave and let it take over your job, or you can use it and get the results now, because most companies are not using it. But
Right.
and also, if you have a database of material, you can ask it to write in your voice. Like, so when I use it, I'll say, hey, write this email or Telegram message or text.
Oh, you giving too much away now. Hey, you giving too much away now, Ian.
I'm just saying, it helps
You
a
got to
lot.
get a lot of
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.